Hello, YouTube. This is Rain Shine Fine. It's been a while, but I do have another book review that I would like to share. I've recently read the book Black Women and Narcissists. Refuse to be abused. Discover why Black women are targets for narcissistic men. Reclaim your stolen self-worth and stop being devalued so you can emotionally heal. Long title. The author is Naya Love. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the first name, but it is an ebook that I have read, and I do want to share a little bit about what the book is about. I do believe that for all of those who've gone through narcissistic abuse or have realized that they've been living in cycles in their own family systems, they've realized later on in life that their own families have narcissism in them. This book would be very, very, very helpful in recognizing some of the patterns that Black women live in their lives. I do this book review as a Black woman, reading a book for Black women. I'm giving my opinion only. The book is quite short. It's about 150 pages, and since it's an ebook, I was able to get through it quite quickly. The book talks about how our childhood traumas and the things we go through from our parental figures, the only people in our lives and in our environments who we have to base all of our life skills on, can shape us. It shapes us and causes Black women, a lot of us, to be people pleasers, to not speak up when it comes to our needs, to believe that certain behaviors are normal when they are not. And she gives many examples in the book. If you have a parent that might not necessarily physically abuse you, but emotionally neglect you, disregard your feelings and your opinions, and maybe you grow up in a household where you believe that your opinion doesn't matter, you will tend to find a partner who exhibits these same traits because you think it's normal. So in a lot of cases for Black women, they end up with men who are constantly giving silent treatments. The women feel like they have to walk on eggshells because if they do speak up, then they may lose a relationship, or they may cause a man to be angry. And because of a lot of childhood issues, there's a fear of abandonment. There's a fear of being alone, not being loved. And the gist of the book is basically us loving ourselves, just like for anybody. You love yourself. You go to therapy. You work on those issues, and you also recognize that you played a part. You play a part in the partners you choose because you don't have boundaries. Boundaries are an example the author, lists quite a bit. If we do not know our own boundaries, our own needs and wants, we will attract partners who we are familiar with and not necessarily partners that are healthy for us. And so what happens is we continue to repeat these cycles because we don't take time to heal. Perhaps we're scared of being alone. Perhaps we're scared of being rejected. We want to really get that love, but we already have to believe that we are worthy of love. So the book is quite good, and I believe it's a good read for all of the women. It could be all women, but the book, again, is specifically targeted towards Black women who deal with narcissists. And unfortunately, we have to remember that a narcissist, all children are products of their environments. And so it's not necessarily that that person is evil and we need to blame the man for everything, but we take accountability for our part in staying and overlooking our boundaries and making excuses for the person And then we also recognize that that person just can't love the way that they need to. There is no amount of time, love, cooking, sex, anything, gestures that will satiate a narcissistic person. And once we accept that, we go through the process of losing somebody, which is almost like letting go of someone who has passed away. And then we heal because time allows us to heal. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this book review. I love talking about the after of abuse, how people can heal and be their best versions, the versions that were always there deep down within them that they forgot about. It's by bringing that love in, it really attracted me to this book, and I will say it's a great read. Thank you so much for listening to my book review, and see you next time.